This is our teacher read aloud based on the image provided. What do you think the story is going to be? If you think it's going to be about space, the moon, then you are definitely correct. This is about the first people to walk the moon. It is titled One Giant Leap. Questions that we have for this. The first question is, what was Apollo 11? Second question is, what tells you that this is an informational text? Number 3 is, why do you think the author chose the title One Giant Leap? Question number 4 is, what part of the reading shows how Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins worked together as a team? One Giant Leap. Would you like to travel to the moon? Only a handful of people have ever made the trip. The first people to walk on the moon were Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. They made their famous walk on July 20th, 1969. These men were part of a project called Apollo 11. So what is Apollo 11? Good job. The United States had sent men into space together. However, no one had ever walked around on the moon. The goal of this project was to send men to the moon and get them home safely. The journey began on July 16, 1969. Aldrin, Armstrong, and a pilot named Michael Collins lifted into Earth's atmosphere in a spaceship. The spaceship carried a special craft. This craft would come apart from the main spaceship. It would carry Aldrin and Armstrong to the moon's surface. 4 days after leaving Earth, the small craft left the main spaceship. Collins stayed in the main spaceship to make sure it stayed safe. He watched the small craft below. However, the craft looked miniature against the moon's vast surface. It finally landed. Soon Armstrong climbed out wearing his spacesuit. He looked at the strange and beautiful landscape. He took a few steps, then he said these words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." Back on Earth, millions of people heard him on the radio and on television. So why do you think that the authors chose the title One Giant Leap? Soon Aldrin climbed down to the moon's surface. The men began to explore. They could not walk or move very quickly. Their spacesuits were clumsy and the ground below them was slippery. They felt light as they walked, but the two men picked up rocks and dirt to bring back home. They took photographs. They even spoke to the President of the United States on a special telephone. Finally, after 2 hours, the men climbed back into their special craft. While they were moving around, however, an accident happened. One of the men broke part of an important machine. This machine was supposed to help them lift off from the moon and return to Earth, and now it did not work. For a moment, the men feared they would be stuck. Thankfully, they worked together. They made a decision about how to fix the problem. They used a simple pen to fix the machine and lift off. Back in the main spaceships, the three men spoke again to the people at home. Collins thanked everyone who had built the spaceship, prepared them for their trip, and given them advice in space. He said that without those people, the journey would not have been possible. Finally, on July 24th, the men landed safely back on Earth. People all over the world cheered for Aldrin, Armstrong, and Collins, and for their exciting, important trip. So what part of this text shows that Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins worked together as a team?